Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. So today is another paper pumpkin from August 2022, Sweet Sunflowers. This is video number 21. This is take 2 of that video. We're going to be doing 2 cards. They're 3x6 slimline cards. We're going to be using scraps. So let me move the whiteboard and I can show you the cards that the video did not record. It were these 2 cards. So we're going to repeat this card here, and then I'm going to change it up for the next card. And let's see, putting those aside. So what do we have? I have a very old piece of textured cardstock that was, I can get 4 cards out of a 12x12 sheet because they're 6x6 scored at 3. And that gives us the slimline effect. I have these little scraps from the back of the envelope. They are 1.5-inch squares. I have 2 of those. I have 2 of the Pale Plum. If you do not have Pale Plum, Fresh Freesia would be a better choice, but you guys knew this was just scrap from my Pale Plum. These are 1 3/4-inch squares. This is 1 3/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And this is a 1/2 inch by 1.5 inches. And I'll give you a peek. It's for these 3 images. So let's get to stamping. So I'm going to turn this this way. And we're going to start by using Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to use this little sprig stamp from the kit, and we're going to stamp all 4 corners. Basically the same way. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp off and stamp in the center. Let me put this up a bit. Stamp off, not that many times, just once will do. And right there. Then we're going to come in full strength, just straight in the center roughly, 1 on each side. And next, we're going to bring in our little square of Pale Plum, because we need to figure out where this little branch is going to sit. And we're stamping off. So all I'm doing then is getting roughly where I want it, stamping it, and we're going to repeat, stamp off. So here, this is roughly where it needs to be, and I want it to go the opposite way. So we're going to start again. Roughly right here. Stamp off. I'm going to turn it, pull it away, and there it is. So after we get that done, let's stamp the inside before we go any farther. So stamp once and then twice without re-inking. Can do that just like so. Next, it's going to be our little bumblebees in Memento. Hello will be next too. Oh, you know, and then they just don't want to stay on. So I'm going to stamp a wee little bee going this way, 1 going that direction. Just alternating how they're flying around. So that's that on the bees. So we're gonna, I shouldn't have put my sprig in Evening Evergreen, because we have our 2 little squares which we need to stamp. Where did I put that Evening Evergreen? That's Mossy Meadow. Oh, there it is, to my left, not where the rest of the ink pads are. So let's move these up. we're going to stamp all of our little lines here. So we're going to do one coming from this corner upward. We're going to change it. We're going to go ahead and repeat, make it a little fuller in there. And the other one is going to be coming from this corner, the top right corner. And that's that. Next, our little bees. We're using this little bee this time for the center as he just plops down there. So let's pick him up again. So one little bee and another little bee. And then we're going to stamp hello. In the center, hopefully. Yes, that will work. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of these branches. So I'm going to put a little bit there and a little bit instead of a bee on those. And that is all of our stamping with these ink pads. We need to bring in the crushed curry. I'm going to set all of these way aside for the moment. And we're using this gold foil hive, but we're using it as a stencil. So I'm going to remove those. Bring back my card that we used. I'm using my old sponge, and there's probably plenty of ink still on here, and there is. I don't even need to re-ink it up. So I'm just going to start. And I want white spots in there. I don't want it fully. I just want to add a little bit of texture on here. Oh, so cool. So bring it down and doing the same thing all over, just a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm pushing kind of hard on this one because I'm not having to re-ink it, and that's gorgeous. Don't need to do anything else to it. I'm really happy with that. So on my last card, I did sponge around the edges. So let's go ahead and do that. I found my sponge dauber this time. So we're going to take it and just flick out around the edges all around our card. And that is that. I've chose to leave the inside of the card empty for now because I'm not sure what I want on it. I already have for a friend like you. Let's see, for a one-of-a-kind friend. I already stamped that on the others too. These will probably be birthday cards. I love these little bees. You know I love the bees. So we're coloring their little bodies in with the crushed curry stamp and write marker. Then we're going to come in, again, I've done this throughout all of these little bees, with the Dark Night of Navy blends. And we're just kind of adding a little bit of movement to their wings. Little swirl on their wings to me is just darling. Okay, so we're going to add some Wink of Stella, maybe. So our Wink of Stella is here. We go, almost there. And the other card is going to be just as quick and easy, real simple. Just enjoy stamping. That's why I got into stamping up in the first place. So we're going to glue all of our stuff together. Let's see. I'm going to use that large bottle of Tombow, bring in our pale plum pieces. So our hello, like I said, this is all from the envelope. So we're going to put the hello on its coordinating piece of cardstock, and then we're going to do these two. Just glue them down. You could put them on dimensionals. I chose to leave them flat for mailing purposes. I think they're gorgeous just the way they are. So now you get to choose which sprig you want. You want that one there, this one here. It's up to you. I kind of liked this one up here and this one down here. We're going to glue these two in place first before we put the center one in. So there's number one. Our second square is right here. And there we go. Card number one is all done. Envelope will be the same. I just, with Evening Evergreen, I will do that off camera. Now let's get to card number two. Said two is going to be a bit different. So I found these scrap pieces in my envelope. I have this piece. I think we might use, we may not. And I have this scrap piece of pale plum. I will show you. This one's going to have to get cut down. So it is, let me just show you with a ruler because I'm not even sure. It's 2.5 inches wide by 6, but we need it to be, we could do it like that if we wanted to, but I wanted to cut it down. So I need 1/4 inch all the way around, which means I need to cut off 1/2 inch from one end. So I'm just getting that to the 1/2 inch mark. Hopefully straight. All right. So there is our 1/2 inch. I'm not matting these any farther. This is an envelope piece and its measurement is 4 by 1 1, 2, 4, 5 eighths. This piece is going to go here. Where's that little strip? Oh, and we have this little strip, which needs to get cut to 4. So let's cut it down. That's why I kept all these little strips. You never know what you could do with them. And now you can see what I'm doing with mine. So we're going to glue this one down first. I don't know why that bottle's doing that. Okay, so just center it on your card. We're going to glue this one down next, the larger envelope piece. And I want this kind of up in the right hand corner, like so. This little strip is going to go next to it, but I'm going to clear off whatever is on the side of my glue bottle. So you can see, I believe this almost looks like it was cut directly off of it. That's all I'm using it for. It just gives it that little bit more. Using more of my kit. All right. So we are going to start at the bottom. There you have it. And this piece here, I now need to, this is what we're going to stamp something onto. But I do want to trim it down to, I want it the same width as both of these together. So right there, and I'll tell you what the measurements of this is in a moment after I cut it down to where I want it. It's 2 1/8 by, I believe, 1/2 inch, or it's going to be 1/2 inch as I cut it down there. So 2 1/8 by 1/2 inch strip. We're going to stamp on there. Let's see. What stamp shall we use? The hello? No, we already did a hello. Let me grab. Well, we might have to use those. I cannot find my stamp set. I'm rambling through my box. I apologize, but my luck, I find. Okay, we're going to use hello again. We're going with, this time it's going to be in Blackberry Bliss to go with our beautiful little flowers on here. So we're going to clean it off. And are we going to stamp bees on here? Yes. You know we're going to stamp some bees. So I am going to stamp, I think we'll do it center. And we're going to close that up so nothing gets on it. Bring back my little wee bees, which I need to clean off. So glue this one in place, and then we'll stamp our wee little bees. All right, I am thinking we need a little bit of this purple. So you know what we're gonna do? Purple, Blackberry Bliss, purple that it is. I'm looking for that. It's called the Small Blossom Punch. It is retired, but a lot of you may have it. We're gonna need just a few of these flowers for or at least one, maybe. At least one. We just needed something. It needed a little extra help. So let's bring in our black memento for our bumblebees. So this bumblebee is going to be stamped here, flying away. We want roughly 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp another one right there. One more like he's landing. And that's it for the bees. And we'll color those in with the same Stampin' Right marker, crushed curry. We're going to give him a little movement, this time with the other tip, because that's the tip I opened. And then it'll be time for Stella. And on the flowers, some Stella. And on this one, I'm going to bring this in. I'm not going to remove this from the Take Your Pick tool, but I'm going to rub in the center. And I'm going to rub on the petals, or just push really hard. If you rub in a little circular motion, they kind of bend up a bit. And I'm doing that on all of them. You can see they just kind of go up just a tiny bit. You can bend them up more with your fingers. We are going to glue this, and well, that's where I got that on my hand, and it just got on the card. That's from the memento. I think it's from the cover. I'm going to have to take the cover of the thing off and clean it. So, am I going to fix it? You know I am. Give me a second. I need the Honda Donda bow punch we've been using so much. And I have some Mellow Moss scrap. And we don't need much, just a few little sprigs right there. And that should probably do it. But to add these, we're going to need a little wiggle, and careful with the little teeny one that you don't wiggle it right off your leaf. So this one I wanted here. My leaf is going to come right there and cover up my ink spot that my thumb christened it with. So there's that. Yes. Oh, nicely. Just Gave me an opportunity is all it was. So we need a little center in there. And this little tail plum is going to be the trick. And I'll show you if you have a little circle punch. I do not know what these were called. This was a set of 4 little punches. And sorry, I've had them so long, I don't know what they are. But that is going to finish off our second card. And, oh, you know what? I think I do want a little bit more. So let's get a little bit more of a sprig here. What will fit in there? That should... We're going to do the same thing. Hold it, thumb and index finger, and just give it a little wiggle. I'm going to add a little... Ooh, I like that side better. Add a little glue on it. And stick it right in there. Yes, much better. So I'm gonna have to let the glue dry now. So are we done with our cards? We are, and I'm going to show you all 4 of the cards. So unfortunately, the video did not come out for these 2 original cards, but there they are. This is our 3rd card, which is the same as this one. Well, actually, that was the first one. 3rd card, I added that extra bit of stamping here and there. This is our 4th card, and our envelopes will all be identical, just like that, except this one's going to have the green. So there you have it for video number 21 of Paper Pumpkin August 2022. I hope you guys have a good day and come visit me again in my Wonderland. Bye-bye now.